At dawn, Newcastle wakes beneath smoke and soot, a city powered by coal, iron, and endless labor. The streets were darkened by smoke, where every breath carried coal dust and hard survival. Each descent into the mine meant entering darkness, danger, and the uncertain promise of wages. Deep underground, men hacked coal from the earth, hour after hour, bent beneath crushing stone. Children labored too, opening doors, hauling loads, and growing up in the mine's endless shadow. Above ground, women and girls sorted coal by hand, their clothes and lungs blackened daily. Even pit ponies lived below ground, dragging coal through tunnels where daylight never entered. In the foundries, iron glowed like fire, and men worked inches from unbearable heat. Every hammer blow helped shape rails, engines, and ships that carried Britain's industrial power. On the Tyne, shipyards echoed with labor as vessels rose from timber, iron, and sweat. Keelmen battled river, weather, and weight to move the coal that fed industry. From these docks, Newcastle's coal sailed outward, fueling factories, navies, and empire across the world. At first light, the Tyne carried trade, labor, and smoke through the heart of Newcastle. Keelboats drifted through fog, carrying the black fuel that powered an industrial empire. Along the Tyne, shipbuilders raised vessels piece by piece with timber, iron, and endurance. Fetching water was part of daily life, a necessary chore shared by women and children. In small courtyards, women washed and dried clothes amid the cramped rhythm of city life. Even in the poorest alleys, children carved out moments of play and imagination. Breakfast was plain and simple, yet it prepared the household for another demanding day. Mending clothes was constant work, as families repaired what they could not replace. The market served ordinary needs, where every penny mattered and every purchase was weighed. For some children, schooling offered a narrow path toward literacy and a different future. On Sunday, chapel brought order, reflection, and a brief pause from the week's struggle. Illness moved easily through crowded homes, where comfort was limited and recovery uncertain. By candlelight, families shared food, silence, and the small comfort of being together. After rain, the rooftops of Newcastle stretched outward under a sky heavy with memory. As evening fell, the old quarter grew quiet and families withdrew behind darkened doors.